back your homes, or restore your dead to life.
But perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king.
Game of Thrones Season 7 has been speculated on a lot. Like, what is going to happen when Daenerys gets to Westeros? How is Jon Snow going to learn about his parentage? What will Sam find in the Citadel? What is Cersei planning now that she has complete control in King's Landing? These are all questions that we are asking, and your guess is as good as anyone's. George R.R. Martin says his award-winning book series will have a bittersweet ending. But what does that mean? Are we going to hate ourselves at the end of it all only to feel like the ending was not what we had hoped for? I want these answers as much as the next fan, but there are so many variables. One thing that is for sure to be important is Littlefinger's presence at Winterfell in Season 7. We were left with Jon Snow being proclaimed the King of the North, a title that Baelish wouldn't mind for himself. He even promised Cersei that he would bring Sansa to her in exchange for the position of Warden of the North. Basically, Littlefinger has been playing everyone, and at the end of the day, he is playing the Game of Thrones for only his betterment. At least that's what we think. He did tell Sansa he wants her next to him as he sits on the throne, which seems somewhat truthful since he was obsessed with Catelyn Stark so much, and Sansa reminds him of her. But he could be playing Sansa as well. I mean, he did give her to the Boltons a while back. Now that Littlefinger is hanging out in Winterfell with the new Northern King, and Sansa also, the question is, will he bump heads with Jon Snow, or will he use his powers to manipulate Jon's political actions with Sansa by his side? Everyone seems to think that Sansa will betray Jon in some way in the next season. She obviously believes she is more politically correct than King Snow. Baelish will most likely play the best friend card with Jon at first, just like he does with everyone else. Jon may have spent most of his time with uneducated criminals in the Night's Watch and simple-minded wildlings, but he is quickly becoming more commanding and decisive like his uncle Ned Stark. Jon doesn't care for Littlefinger too much since he gave Sansa to the Boltons during their reign at Winterfell, and I think Jon is right for questioning his loyalty. Baelish will try to advise Jon if he lets him, but if Peter senses that Jon isn't going to help further his secret agenda, then I bet the true scummy side of Littlefinger will come out. On the other hand, Sansa has two choices: to continue to speak for herself or fall prey to Littlefinger's manipulation once again. If she does her own thinking, then she stands a good chance of gaining her own power within the North. But if she follows the wisdom of Baelish, the treachery could be unmatched. I hope we do not see Sansa try to backstab her own family, or what's left of it, and screw over Jon, who probably has the truest intentions in Westeros right now. Well, except for Hot Pie. That kid just wants to bake some good food. Am I right? Sansa looked like she really enjoyed taking a life after Ramsay's death by hound scene, but hopefully this doesn't translate into a Sansa killing spree. I think we will have another female Stark doing plenty of that. One good thing is, I bet we do not have to be scared of Jon Snow dying. I mean, he already had a long drawn out death and resurrection, so Jon may actually be the safest character from the hands of George, David, and Dan. That means if either Sansa, Littlefinger, or both of them decide to go berserk and kill some people, they will most definitely not make it to Jon. But just think, how horrible would it be if Jon Snow died again, starting off in Season 7? I do not know if I could continue watching the show with all the plot lines set up for his continuance in the story. That would probably be the bitter part of the bittersweet conclusion that we were promised. Or even Jon making it through the story without ever finding out who his real parents are. That would suck too. Anyway, Littlefinger has some devious plans for furthering his rise to the top seat in the Seven Kingdoms, and he will for sure have to betray some people for it to all work out in his favor. I'm sure we will see him quickly work towards his end goal when the show picks back up in Winterfell, unless for some reason Season 7 picks up way later in the timeline, and Peter had traveled back to the Vale or something. Let me know in the comments what you guys think is going to happen between Jon and Peter. Also, I tried to post the comments that asked about doing a Littlefinger video, and if I didn't put up your comment, I am sorry. People post comments faster than I can read, and I sometimes miss an idea or two. Speaking on that, the channel receives thousands of comments, and I may make a video that sounds similar or even the same as one of your comments or emails. This is one of the side effects of daily videos. I touch on many different topics in my uploads, and many people have the same ideas or theories. Also, I have mentioned it before, but we have been gaining new viewers. So if you want to hear the song I have in my videos, check for the link in the description. It is called Game of Thrones, and it's by Rameses B. Check out his YouTube channel and tell him I sent you. Last thing, we are almost to 100,000 subscribers. September 3rd will be 3 full months since my first upload, and I want to thank each and every one of you. I really appreciate the support and all the positive feedback. Anyway, have a great day, take care, and I will see you tomorrow.